right, well thanks Heidi. Bad news about the cold weather, but I mean, I kind of like the cold weather actually. And what better way to enjoy that cold weather than with a nice juicy steak? Our friends from Texas Roadhouse are here. I'm joined with Mike and Diana, and they're going to talk steak with us. Guys, you've got a good looking meal here. Tell me a little bit about what's going on at Texas Roadhouse.
Well, we just brought a bunch of our hand-cut ribeyes here, but I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about today how to identify a good steak when you go to the grocery store, and then kind of how to make that steak go from raw to cooked in your own home. It's not that hard. Anybody can do it. So the first thing one should look for, and it's hard to tell these are all cooked, but you should look, if you're looking for a ribeye or a New York strip or a filet, even sirloin to a degree, what you'll want to look for is a lot of little white flecks in the middle, and a lot of people know this as marbling. That's what I know it as too, but what that is it's literally little pieces of fat throughout the steak. I'm not talking about the big chunks on the steak, because that's just fatty, that's gross. I'm talking about the little pieces that as you cook, they just disappear and they just turn into flavor in your steak. And they also soak in the sodium that you put on your steak and keep it with it so it doesn't fall off and become part of your grill at some point. So
if you're having this kind of a steak, I'm usually the one that would cut into that but then cut the marbling off. Now my husband is the exact opposite. He'll just have it with all the marbling in there. Am I missing out on the flavor?
You're missing out on some, but when you cut the big chunks off, you're just adjusting fat at that point. Like the little pieces of it are great. But to me, the big hunks are too much. And I'm even a meat guy. I don't even mind it, but if it's a lot, it's too much. It's just kind of gross, but that's just me. But when you go to cook it, we do some things that I think are pretty important that bring out a lot of flavor in beef, which obviously the seasoning is one. If you're going to season at home, you can come buy my seasoning. I am happy to sell it. We have a lot of it at the restaurant, pre-packaged bottles made to sell. It's good stuff. Come buy it. But if you're going to do it at home and you don't want to do my seasoning, a simple seasoning is just, I say the same thing for almost everything, salt, pepper, and garlic. Once you go overboard or over that into different seasonings, you can experiment and get some stuff that you might like. But I know salt, pepper, and garlic work. I know you can go super simple and have a fantastic steak with that.
And you're keeping the flavor of the meat in there when you don't overdo it on the seasoning.
You're really not overpowering it with onion powder, paprika, or all kinds of crazy stuff. But the key is we sear ours on a sear plate. We have a sear plate at work. You can at home you'd use a cast iron skillet, maybe just whatever kind of skillet you have. But you get that thing up to at least 400 degrees. And then you melt either butter or margarine, whichever one you like, put your seasoning on there and just slap it on there and let it go for a minute. You have to go.
So how long is it actually cooking? I mean, I know it will vary based on how you prefer your steak, but roughly how long are we talking?
The important part is the 2 minutes you start with. 1 minute per side in the skillet, and then you go to the oven, then you go to your griddle, however you want to do it after that. That's up to you. But you got to have that. You got to get that 1 minute per side, and then if you want to go real hot, real fast, you can get it rare to mid-rare in the middle. If you want to kind of slow it down a little bit, you can get the medium to medium well by not going as hot, but just going longer. You know, whereas a medium rare to rare steak, you can cook out in 5 minutes after you sear it. But the other kind, you want to 10 minutes is probably a little better. You really want to make sure you hit that external temperature has to hit 140 degrees. If you don't, you got a chance for E. coli and I don't know about
things
you,
that we just don't need to. I'm not. No, I don't want to deal with that either. But I know you guys have some really cool specials going on for Thanksgiving. So Diane, tell me about those specials.
Yeah, so we have a really cool special for Valentine's Day going on Thursday through Sunday. It's going to be an awesome deal for couples. We have 2 different appetizers you can choose from. We have fried pickles and cactus blossom that we're infamous for. And we also have 4 different entrees you can choose from. You can choose 2, so it's just a perfect little couples meal that you can have together. And it's a really great deal, that we have going on all weekend. So.
Very cool. Well, y'all are making me hungry now.
That's the goal, right? You know, I want to emphasize something. A lot of places will have a special on Valentine's Day, or they'll have a special on the weekend. What that special to them means is we would like you to buy this. This is a really special piece of meat we want you to buy, and it's going to cost more. In our restaurant, when we say something's on special, it's going to be a little less. If you order it all together the way that Diana described, it's going to be less. So you're going to be saving a little money while and it's a lot of food too.
Very good.
You leave full and you leave with lunch for tomorrow.
Nice. Well, that's always nice. Always got to leave a little lunch for tomorrow. Well, you've got the information there on your screen, but coming up next, some doggy training that you can try at your own home. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.